What is the main advantage of using a water-based nutrient solution in hydroponics?
Correct. It provides a controlled environment for plant growth, is the right answer.
Which type of water culture system gets the nutrients for plants from fish waste?
Great job. Aquaponics is the accurate answer.
Which of the following figures represents the value of the hydroponics industry?
Valid point. 6 billion is true.
Which type of plants are very suitable for hydroponics according to the text?
Good thinking. Ivy is the right answer.
A hydroponic system in which the nutrients for plants come from fish waste.
Solid response. Aquaponics is a valid choice.
What is one benefit of hydroponics compared to traditional soil gardening?
Right choice. More efficient use of water and nutrients is the best answer.
How much less water does hydroponics use compared to traditional farming?
You got it. Your choice 90% is right.
Which of the following is not a growing medium mentioned for hydroponics?
Strong choice. Loamy soil is the right answer.
What is the main difference between traditional farming and hydroponics?
Exactly. The use of soil makes sense and it is right choice.
What is the purpose of the water-based nutrient solution in hydroponics?
Nicely done. To provide nutrients to the plants is a solid answer.
What is the main difference between hydroponics and traditional farming?
Perfect. Hydroponics does not use soil is the correct choice.
Which type of hydroponics that does not require a growing medium at all?
Correct response. Aeroponics is the most accurate answer.
Growing chamber or the growing tray where your plants will be placed?
Clear logic. Your choice growing bed is sound and 100% true.
What is the primary medium in which plants are grown in hydroponics?
Right again. Inorganic growing medium is a valid answer.
What is the main advantage of hydroponics over traditional farming?
Excellent choice. Requires less water is the right answer.
What is the practice of growing plants in a medium other than soil?
On track. Hydroponics is the correct answer.
Planting hydroponics like dash will be a circulating water planting.
Smart move. Nymphed is an accurate answer.
What is the similarity between traditional gardening and hydroponics?
Bravo, both grow plants is the answer.
Which environmental factors that can be controlled in hydroponics?
Excellent. All of the above is a brilliant choice.
What are the key elements of the nutrient solution in hydroponics?
Great thinking. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is the right choice.
Which type of hydroponics grows plants in nets suspended in water?
Nice work. You chose deep water culture, and it is correct.
Why is hydroponics considered an efficient way of growing plants?
Sharp thinking. Because it uses less water than traditional farming is the right choice.
What is the purpose of the light source in a hydroponics system?
Smart pick. To provide light for photosynthesis, is the correct choice.
What is the benefit of using an aeroponic system in hydroponics?
Well picked. Better oxygenation to the roots is the correct answer.
What is the ideal water temperature for hydroponics cultivation? You chose 18 to 15C and it is correct. What are the benefits of using hydroponics for upcoming crops?
Good job. Your answer, no weed insect, works well here.
What is the role of the water with nutrients in hydroponics?
Nice selection. To provide nutrients to the plants is the correct and valid answer.
Name one advantage of traditional farming over hydroponics.
Well reasoned. Nutrient-rich crops is the correct choice.
How does the author of this passage feel about hydroponics?
You're right. Hydroponics solves many of the challenges of traditional gardening. Is the correct answer.
Which hydroponic system is also known as flood and drain? Well done. Ebb and flow is the right choice.
What is the advantage of using hydroponics in urban areas?
Excellent. Efficient use of space and water resources is a brilliant choice. What is the primary nutrient solution used in hydroponics? Right again. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is a valid answer. What is the benefit of faster plant growth in hydroponics? Clear logic. Your choice higher yields in a shorter amount of time is sound and 100% true. Who were the first people to experiment with hydroponics? Sharp thinking. Aztec Indians is the right choice. Which form of hydroponics uses the least amount of water? Well reasoned. Aeroponics is the correct choice. Another name for hydroponics is soilless culture, or DASH. Great job. Nutriculture is the accurate answer. Which plants are most suitable for planting hydroponics? Nice selection. Salad is the correct and valid answer. What is the advantage of not using soil in hydroponics? Correct. It reduces the risk of pests and diseases is the right answer. What is the oldest and most basic form of hydroponics? Good thinking. Wick is the right answer. Which of the following is not utilized by hydroponics? Solid response. Soil is a valid choice. What is the nutrient solution in hydroponics made of? Excellent choice. Water and sunlight is the right answer. What does hydroponics recycle? Good job. Your answer, water, works well here. Why is for-level monitoring important in hydroponics? Correct response. It affects the plant's ability to absorb nutrients is the most accurate answer. What is special about the water used in hydroponics? Strong choice. All of the above is the right answer. Hydroponics would be most useful to someone who dash. Perfect. Lives in a house located in a city is the correct choice. When was the earliest documentation of hydroponics? Well picked. Egyptians' floating gardens is the correct answer. Which hydroponic system is the best for beginners? Smart pick. Wick system is the correct choice. What type of plants can be grown using hydroponics? You're right. A variety of plants, including flowers, fruits, and vegetables, is the correct answer. What is one environmental benefit of hydroponics? You got it. Your choice, water conservation, is right. What happens when Q varies in hydroponics system? Bravo! Loses the ability to absorb nutrients is the answer. What are the disadvantages of using hydroponics? On track. Costs, skills, and daily attention have to be paid is the correct answer. Inorganic artificial media used for hydroponics? Nicely done. Rock wool, perlite, vermiculite is a solid answer, which is not a factor affecting soil formation. You chose hydroponics, and it is correct! In paragraph 1, the word hydroponics means dash. Well done. Growing plants without something to wrap their roots around is the right choice. Aquaponics is the combination of dash and dash. Right choice. Hydroponics and aquaculture is the best answer. The advantage of planting nymphed hydroponics is
Great thinking. Add more oxygen to the solution is the right choice.
hydroponics is the growing of plants without. Valid point, soil is true. What are the benefits of using hydroponics? Smart move. No weed pests is an accurate answer. Hydroponics is a dash industry in the U. Nice work. You chose growing and it is correct. Most hydroponic systems operate in dash. Exactly. Inside greenhouses makes sense, and it is right choice. What is not used in a hydroponics system? Correct. Soil is the right answer. Do plants grown in hydroponics need soil? Nice selection. No is the correct and valid answer. The cultivation of clay by hydroponics is well picked. Planting plants in water with nutrients is the correct answer. The importance and use of hydroponics is you got it. Your choice increasing is right. What does NUFT stand for in hydroponics? Exactly. Nutrient film technique makes sense, and it is right choice. Which solution is used in hydroponics? Smart pick. Biofert M is the correct choice. Hydroponics gives more dash to plants. Excellent. Vitamins is a brilliant choice. Is the plant medium for hydroponics? Great job. Rock wool is the accurate answer. Hydroponics is a very dash industry. Perfect. Eco-friendly is the correct choice. Hydroponics is safe thanks to dash. Smart move. Constant scientific checks is an accurate answer. What farming technique uses fish? Sharp thinking. Aquaponics is the right choice. What are the uses of hydroponics? Excellent choice. All of the above is the right answer. What is a benefit of hydroponics? Strong choice. You can grow plants year-round is the right answer. Hydroponics was invented in dash. Right again. Babylon is a valid answer. Hydroponics does not need dash. Correct response. Soil is the most accurate answer. Is hydroponics economical? Good thinking. Yes is the right answer. Hydroponics reduces dash. You chose all of the above, and it is correct. Hydroponics refers to clear logic. Your choice, all of the above, is sound and 100% true. What is hydroponics? Well reasoned. Water cultivation is the correct choice. Hydroponics is dash. Valid point. Soil-less growing is true. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Nice work. You chose contact Narayan Changda, and it is correct.